Hello everybody. I am Sridhara Vannebagi, Assistant Teacher in English, GMHPS Kandikere. Hope you are doing well. I suggest you to wear face mask and maintain social distance whenever you go out and ask your other members of the family to do the same. In this session, I am going to teach you unit number 3 Ekalavya. Before starting the chapter, let me ask you a few questions. Which is the largest epic in the world? Epic means Mahakavya. I hope you answered the Mahabharat. The Mahabharat was written by Vyasa. My next question is, can you name some important characters in the Mahabharat? Yes, the Lord Krishna, the Pandavas, Dharmaraya, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva. The Kauravas, Duryodhana and his 99 brothers. Karna, a very close friend of Duryodhana. Bhishma, Drona, and we have many more major and minor characters in this great epic. Ekalavya is one of the minor characters in this epic. Today we are going to discuss about Ekalavya and how he became a great archer. Let me read this chapter for you. In this chapter, we have three important characters. They are Ekalavya, Drona, and Arjuna. Now listen carefully. Ekalavya. Scene 1. Dronacharya's ashram. Drona is standing under a tree surrounded by the Pandava and the Kaurava princes. Drona. I am very glad, my dear boys, you have learnt all the tricks of archery that I taught. Practice them well. Arjuna, a very favorite student of Dronacharya, replies, but we know only to aim at an object seen at a distance. You have not yet taught us the art of shooting at an unseen object. Dronacharya says, yes, Shabdavedi. It is the most skillful trick in archery. Aiming at an object merely by the sound, you shall learn it by and by. But who comes here? A boy enters and bows to Drona. The boy replies to Dronacharya, great Acharya, Ekalavya, the son of Hiranyadanush, prostrates before you. Dronacharya is very happy to see this boy and says, long live, boy. Hiranyadanush, is he not the hunter chief of the southern forest? Ekalavya, yes, Acharya, but he is no more. Drona, oh, what a pity! He was a bold hunter. Indeed, you look equally bold. What brings you here, my boy? Ekalavya answers to Dronacharya. Wolves have increased in my forest, and the fawns have no safety. I can't bear to see the poor animals troubled by the greedy wolves. I must learn archery in order to protect the fawns in the surroundings. So I have come to you, great Acharya. Please take me as one of your pupils. Dronacharya, your thought is indeed noble. Arjuna is not happy with this, says, noble indeed, but Acharya is not a prince. How can you have him as your pupil? Now Dronacharya says, that is true, but I am sure he will prove a worthy pupil. Ekalavya, Acharya, teach me archery just enough to save my dear fawns. Take pity on the poor animals. Dronacharya replies to Ekalavya, my woe binds me, my boy. I cannot take as my pupil anyone other than a Kshatriya or a Brahmin. But my blessings go with you. May you prosper. Ekalavya, great Acharya, keep your vow. Your blessing shall be my guide and shall help me to reach my goal. You are my Guru. Though I may be far away from you, I will learn archery with your blessings. Ekalavya prostrates and goes out. Here ends the scene 1. Now I request you to pause the video for 5 minutes and read the text slowly. If you come across difficult words, underline them and find the meaning in your dictionary. This is a 2-scene play. ಇದೊಂದು ಕಿರುನಾಟಕ. The first scene is set in Dronacharya's ashram. The Pandavas and the Kauravas were the students of Dronacharya. In olden days, students used to go and stay in ashramas to learn from the Guru. This is also known as Gurukula system. So, now we have Dronacharya, the Pandava and the Kaurava princes in the scene. Dronacharya is very happy to see his students who have learnt all the tricks of archery that he had taught, and he encourages them to practice it. Young Arjuna, who goes on to become a great archer in the future, is Dronacharya's favorite student. He says that Dronacharya taught them to shoot an object which they can see at a distance. But he complains that Dronacharya had not taught them Shabdavedi trick. What is it Shabdavedi means? Shabdavedi means aiming at an object merely by the sound. ಅಂದರೆ ಶಬ್ದ ಬರುವ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಬಾಣವನ್ನು ಹೊಡೆದು ಶಬ್ದವನ್ನುಂಟು ಮಾಡಿದ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಅಥವಾ ಪಕ್ಷಿಯನ್ನು ಹತ್ಯೆ ಮಾಡುವುದು. Dronacharya replies to Arjuna, Shabdavedi is one of the most skillful tricks in archery. One could learn it by practicing archery every day. Dronacharya stops Arjuna there and turns towards a boy who bows to him. The boy is none other than Ekalavya, who is known for his sheer determination and hard work. I would say that it is a wish of every teacher to have a student like Ekalavya. The boy introduces himself as Ekalavya, son of Hiranyadanush, the chief hunter of the southern forest. Ekalavya continues, after his father's death, there is nobody to protect the animals in the forest. Young Ekalavya is worried about the fawns who have been eaten by the wolves. FAWN, fawn means jinke mari, wolf means tola. Ekalavya shares his desire to learn archery to protect the young animals from the wild animals. He also asks Dronacharya to accept him as his pupil. Pupil means young student. Dronacharya is glad to hear Ekalavya's concern about animals. But young Arjuna objects by saying that Ekalavya is neither a Kshatriya nor a Brahmin to take him as Dronacharya's student. Ekalavya says that he wants to learn archery to save the animals in the forest, but not to wage war against anybody. Dronacharya tells to Ekalavya, he cannot accept Ekalavya as his student because he cannot teach anyone other than a Kshatriya or a Brahmin. But Dronacharya gives his blessings to Ekalavya. Ekalavya is not disappointed by this. Ekalavya takes the blessings of Guru Dronacharya and promises him to learn archery even though he may be far away from him. Ekalavya leaves the stage and scene 1 ends here. I hope you all enjoyed learning in this class. See you in the next video. Until then, take care. Thank you.